girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out, might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Cook running right. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming off the making the big time?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Check.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it with Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Gordon on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. Myers' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Cousins. He gets it to Sims, complete. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab on. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Alert.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's caught, Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Right there, 54 Mike. It's our field. It's our field.
They'll run with Lynch. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6. Yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They try again with Lynch. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson. keeping it himself from 5 yards out. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Check. Nice 382, nice 50.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They go play action. Cousins under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Ezekiel Ansah able to get him for a loss of about 3. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lewis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there. And
he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Check 50, check 50. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I got him. Switch.
This is Gordon. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So hold the phone here, Charles. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. And the Seahawks have it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Now Wilson on first down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Now Lewis here on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Flush. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Check 13. 80 weapons.
They start the drive with Cook. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Let's go.
First down. Here's Cousins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ziggy Ansah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Alert!
They go play action now. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Go. Hey, guys, listen. Hey, turn it up.
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. He's going to air one out for him into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Clinton Dix there for the stop. From the 41, Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Right there, 54, right there.
4th down, Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Everson Griffin. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing, Cousins. And that's complete. It's Sims. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a throw here to his running back. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Cousins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's going to go down out right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Eddie Goldman with a sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Cousins to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Cousins, and he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game, and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.